The MOS of a 68 kilo in the United States Army is a medical laboratory specialist. And before we dive into this MOS in the United States Army, if you are not already subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also enable notifications so you can join the notification platoon, get notified as soon as new videos go live. So let's dive into this and let's talk about some of the job responsibilities of a 68 kilo. Those job duties are going to include the collection, storage, and inspection of bulk blood samples, perform laboratory procedures with urinalysis, bacteria, and much more. This is an MOS that is available for National Guard, reservists, and active duty. And of course, it will require someone to have a high school diploma or a GED, as well as take the ASVAB and get a qualifying AFQT score to qualify them for the United States Army. But the specific requirement for this MOS will require an individual to at least get a 106 on the skilled technical section of the ASVAB. Now, the skilled technical score will come from 5 subjects on the ASVAB. Those subjects are word knowledge, paragraph comprehension, general science, mechanical comprehension, and mathematics knowledge. The training for a medical laboratory specialist will include the typical 10 weeks of basic training, and from there an individual will go off to Fort Sam Houston for 52 weeks of AIT. Now, in addition to that AIT, an individual will have to then go on to kind of like an internship or residency at a major military hospital. But then after all that training is complete, a soldier will then move on to be assigned to some kind of major military hospital or even a research laboratory. Now, in addition, I did talk about how these individuals can work with urinalysis. So when the Army does drug testing, they do these urinalysis and they send it off to the laboratory. It goes off to a DoD laboratory most commonly, and these could be the possible individuals that would be testing those urine samples to look for possible illegal drugs and all that kind of stuff. So with these individuals being assigned to like major hospitals or research laboratories, their job day to day is pretty commonly going to be kind of like almost like a working kind of thing you would have in the civilian world. You'll most likely, you should be still doing PT in the mornings or at some point in time, and then you're working in that hospital or that research laboratory from a set time. They probably have shifts because this could be a thing where it's not just a set being like a 9 to 5 kind of hours type of thing. This could potentially be something you work nights, so your hours could fluctuate compared to a lot of other people in the military, as well as like weekends might not be a thing. You might have like Wednesdays and Thursdays off. It could just really depend. Because you're gonna be working in a hospital, it's a lot different than a lot of other soldiers that are doing infantry, truck driving, working in finance, all that kind of thing. So your schedule can be a little bit kind of flexed based on working in a hospital or research laboratory. Now, along with that, you probably don't go to the field really. I wouldn't see this being a really type of MOS that really goes to the field, because they have job duties they have to do in that hospital and that research laboratory. So you probably don't have any kind of field type of stuff, or if you do, it's probably not very often or very common kind of a thing. Deployments probably maybe don't happen. If you do, it's probably not to combat zones. It might be something like Germany to work in like a hospital over there or something like that. But I don't see this MOS being someone who would deploy to a combat zone. I could be wrong, but with the job duties they do, you need these specialized equipment, and that would be a little difficult and probably pointless to take to a combat zone and have someone doing that job in a combat zone when they could easily effectively do it in the United States. Now, for this MOS, transitioning over to the civilian side would probably be pretty good. I would imagine it translates quite well, especially since you have the opportunity in the military to work on some of those certificates, to get some college education while you're pursuing this career, and then easily transfer this pretty much to the same job on the civilian side, working in a hospital, working in a laboratory. So that can probably be very helpful on the civilian side if you want to still continue doing this and maybe not stay in the Army for 20 plus years. You only want to do so much time, get the experience, and then continue to do this on the civilian side. So if any viewers out there that are currently 68 kilos in the United States Army, or maybe even previously in the Army as this MOS, make sure to leave your comments down below. Love to hear from you guys as far as what you liked about the MOS, what you didn't like about the MOS, and also help out those individuals that are interested in getting into this job career in the Army. If you have an MOS that I have not yet covered that you are interested in, make sure to leave those down in the comments down below, as I do like to look at the comments to get the inspiration to decide on which MOS to cover in the next episode. Alright, so there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed this brief summary on a 68 kilo in the United States Army. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up, check out some recommended videos, as well as some links down in the description. I'm ThatChrisChaos, and I will see you next time. See ya.